Richard Fuller.
Thank you very much, Caroline. Just following on my colleague Mike Ames' point about your report in November. Your November report, when it looked at estate management charges, was a litany of abuses against residents who own their own home. As Mr. Jones has just said, no information, or certainly not sufficient information about obligations at the point of purchase. No transparency about the way in which information is provided. Totally exorbitant charges for provision of basic things like a bulb to go into a lamppost. The inability or unwillingness to provide annual reports to people who own them, and limited to no redress for consumers. Now, I know you're going to get to your final report in February. This bill, helpfully in some ways, seeks to try and plug some of those gaps in the protection of people who own homes. But would it not be better for us to ban the lack of adoption right at the start, go to the source and find a solution to why councils and these housing estate developers are ripping off my constituents, and I'm sure many others who own their own homes, and what can be done in this bill to do that?
So, again, in our November working paper, we did point to that very issue of there not being enough adoption of by local authorities of these facilities, and we put forward sort of possible ways that could be fixed through either kind of more mandatory adoption of those amenities or some sort of common adoptable standards that could be followed that would inform the types of amenity that were sort of suitable for adoption more broadly. As I say, we haven't issued our final recommendations there, but we have already said something about the sort of the options that might be available if there was a desire to try and tackle that now.
Sorry to follow up, but my concern is you're going to finish your report quite rightly in fullness of time, and that's February. This committee ain't going to be sitting in February. Heaven help us, I hope not. Right? So please could you go away with a piece of homework for tonight to write to this committee about what ideas from your own report so far could be put in this bill on that matter about adoption. I think all of us here would find that very helpful.